abdominal CT scan demonstrates 7 centimeter cystic mass involving the right ovary with some small areas of calcification. The uterus is normal in size. The right fallopian tube and ovary have been removed surgically. Grossly, the mass on sectioning is filled with abundant hair and sebum. Microscopically, the mass is glandular space lined by columnar epithelium, squamous epithelium with hair follicles, cartilage, and dense connective tissue. What type of tumor is it? So, a little bit about teratomas. Teratoma, if you remember teratology of Fallot, which is a congenital disease. So I talk about 14s. Tera means 4 also. So in these cases, we have the tumor. Oma is describing the tumor. So the tumor has 4 features. In the 4 features for teratoma, there are 4 features. We have okay. In these features, there are different types of tissue that have been found there. So basically, they are the hair, I think it's my storage. The storage is almost filled up, so that's why it's getting stuff. I'll try and delete some materials there so that there will be more space. So we'll have hair, then muscle, bone, and sebum. Those are the tissues you find in teratoma. The teratoma is a combination of all these tissues put together. However, in sarcoma of ovary, it is just bones and fats you have there. Bone, fat, muscle. So this is tri or whatever sarcoma actually. So we have 3 features there. And metastasis of cervical carcinoma is just describing the spread, that spread of at a distance, spread to a distant part. Yeah. Squamous, of course, you'll see there in the question talk about squamous. So in the question here, we'll have roughly the mass on the section was filled with abundant hair and sebum microscopically. Glandular cells lined by columnar epithelium, the squamous, the hair follicles, cartilage. So you can see, first of all, we'll have hair here, hair follicles. We'll have the cartilage, which is the bone. Then the sebum is here. What's left? Muscle. Yeah, we have muscle left. Grossly diverse section of the hair, cerebromuscular, glandular space, number column, squamous epithelium, muscle, dense connective tissue. This is dense connective tissue. Bones and fats. Okay, there's no muscle in the question. But however, if you look at the features, here, you have 1, 2, 3, not muscle, 2, 3. And then if you have to compare with sarcoma, we have just bones and, in fact, just bones in this question. There's no fats, there's no muscle at all. So most likely it's going to be a teratoma in this case. Going to be a teratoma in this case. Question 6. Let me see if okay. This has nothing to do with our question, but this is just an information on teratoma, so you can just check it out later when I send the notes. All right, question 6 now. A man died 8 days after the beginning of the disease. He was diagnosed with dysentery. At the autopsy, it was found out a thickened wall of sigma and rectum, fibrinous membrane on the surface of mucous membrane. Histologically, there's a deep necrosis of mucous membrane with infiltration of necrotic mass with fibrin. What type of colitis does correspond to these changes? So in inflammation types, there are, do I write it down? Okay, let me write catarrh here has mucus. It is with mucus. These are all the kind of inflammation on the colon. Colitis we're talking about, we're describing here. Then what other one is here? Catarrh, purulent. So let me describe about the inflammation types briefly. Inflammation types. So the first one will have, I've told you catarrh up there, we'll have serous, we'll have purulent. When you see serous and purulent issue, some things are supposed to come to your mind from what I've told you in pathophysiology. Then fibrinous. Serous is with clear, transparent fluid. Normally clear, transparent. And then purulent is with what? Pus and pyema. No, let me not bring that here for today. And then fibrinous now. It has what? Fibrin typically. So in this fibrin now, there are two types. It can be Krok or diphtheric. Krok or diphtheric. Diphtheric, yeah. And then for the Krok, it is normally easy to remove. It is loosely adhered, and then since it is loose, it is easy to remove. And then for the diphtheric, it is tightly adhered, and then it is then difficult to remove. So in the question 6, it has mentioned that the masses are with what? Fibrin here, necrotic fibrin. And let me see what describes the diphtheric now than the Krok, even though we don't have the Krok in this question. But then let me see if there's something that points towards diphtheric in the question. Diagnosis dysentery. It also see as a thickened wall of sigma rectum. Okay. Here we have thickened wall of the sigma and rectum. That's the sigmoid and the rectum. Sigmoid, those are the last parts of the GIT. You have the sigmoid colon and then the rectum where the feces passes out. So there's the thickness there. So this suggests what? Diphtheric, unlike Krok. I told you Krok is loose, but diphtheric is tight and then it is difficult to remove. And then we have been told here that there's a mass of fibrin. So that is the explanation. Ulcerative might just describe a wound, and then gangrenous might just describe some type of the nature of the wound, rather. All right, and pause.